Hello everyone, I'm Sai Chaitanya. Welcome to Sai Tech. In this video, I'll be comparing the Realme X2 Pro versus Redmi K20 Pro. So which phone to buy? So right now in the Flipkart, there's a big savings days going on, and both the phones they do have different kind of offers from the banks. And the Realme X2 Pro, the base variant is available for the 27,500, whereas the Redmi K20 Pro is available for 21,500. So try to check the links in description for more videos on both the smartphones. And in this video I'll be comparing the all these about topics. As you can see right now, these are the topics which I'll be comparing side by side, which phone is good in terms of software updates, in terms of battery and charging, performance, display, camera, connectivity, build quality, speakers and extra features which I like in both the phones. So try to watch till end of the video, and also do subscribe and like this video because it takes a lot of time and effort in making this many videos for you all. So definitely friends, try to watch till end so that you will get a very good conclusion about both the phones, all the pros and cons I'll be discussing. And one thing is that I'm using these phones for the past I think close to 1 year of the Redmi K20 Pro and 10 months of the Realme X2 Pro. So from the beginning to till now, definitely I'll be using this device once a week without any problem. And this is my review, you can understand, after a very long time using of these both phones. So try to check the links in description for what live wallpapers I'm using in this video. You can find plenty of useful videos. And this is a MI Note 10 Lite which has dual quad camera setup, like quad flashlight setup, and which has 5260 mAh battery and 9 to 10 hours of screen on time. So try to check the playlist for the MI Note 10 Lite as well. This is very good in terms of curve, mid-range curve phone. And let's get started with this comparison of Realme X2 Pro versus Redmi K20 Pro device. So first thing is that price. So definitely friends, in terms of the price, if you are okay to spend 27,500, then you can spend for the Realme X2 Pro, or otherwise you can go for the Redmi K20 Pro as well. So try to watch till end of the video so that you can get a clear conclusion. Is it worth the spending extra money or not? I'll try to give at the end of the video the conclusion, is it worth or not. So first is the in terms of the updates. So in terms of the updates, regularly I do receive plenty of updates from the Redmi, even from the Realme as well. And right now the Realme X2 Pro also updated to the Realme UI recently, which has got. And in the Redmi K20 Pro on the other hand, the MIUI 12 update I successfully got in the Redmi K20 Pro, and right now I am using the MIUI 12 update for the past I think 1 month in this phone as well. So you can check the links for the MIUI 12 and the Realme UI as well. So both links are available in the description. So overall in terms of the software updates, both are pretty good and decent enough in giving the software updates regularly every month without any problem. So in this segment, both the phones are tied. And next is a battery and charging speed rate. So before we used to include only the battery draining, but now I decided to include even the charging speed comparison as well. So in terms of the battery, both the phones they struggle a lot after the Realme UI update and MIUI 12 update. So in the initial days of this Realme UI and the MIUI 12 update, the battery life struggled a lot. I used to get only 4 hours or 5 hours of screen on time in both the phones, and after regular updates and fixing the things and optimizing the battery with the updates frequent, so the battery right now I am getting around 6 hours of screen on time. Same thing with the Redmi K20 Pro as well, 6 hours. So both the phones are kind of same range with the battery, but one thing is that the Realme X2 Pro I am using with the 90 Hz refresh rate during this time. So that is the one key thing you need to remember. The Realme X2 Pro has the 90 Hz refresh rate, so which gives you very good battery backup. If you choose 60 Hz, you will get a little bit more battery. So definitely in terms of the battery backup, I give little bit points to the Realme X2 Pro of having 90 Hz and decent battery and charging speed rate. So which is a major thing for me definitely friends. After using the Realme X2 Pro phone just for 1 week, when I started to switch to other phones, I used to feel so much frustrated in terms of the charging speed rate. Because right now if you're buying this phone, then definitely you need to use the phone for the next 2 years, and for that case if you imagine, definitely 50 watts charger is the best way as a future proof option. So definitely in terms of the charging and battery, the Realme X2 Pro is a winner. And next is a performance. So in terms of the performance wise, both the phones they do as a Snapdragon 855 but place in the X2 Pro. In terms of the place, it doesn't make much difference, but a slight amount of difference, but Definitely if you're a normal user or medium user, you won't notice at all, but having the 90 Hz refresh rate, you do feel the animations and everything works pretty smooth in this phone. Even there are a few games which actually they do support the 90 fps. So right now you can see, friends, I am playing this game at 90 fps without any problem, as you can see right now. So 82 fps, 86 fps, so which is very good, definitely. So you do feel animations and everything going very smooth in the Realme X2 Pro because of having the 90 Hz refresh rate. So overall, in terms of the performance, both are pretty good. I'm using plenty of applications in both the phones for the past 1 year, so no problem, no lag, nothing. So definitely in terms of performance, slight points to the X2 Pro in terms of having smooth animations and slightly better processor. So next is a display. So definitely, friends, in terms of the display, there are few things you need to know about each device. First is the Realme X2 Pro as 90 Hz refresh rate, 1000 nits brightness, and HDR10 Plus certified. So whereas a Redmi K20 Pro as HDR10 certified, and both are having Super AMOLED panels and 6.3 inches versus 6.5 inches. And one thing is that, let me try to compare a video. So right now I am playing the same video in both the phones. So one good thing with the Redmi K20 Pro is, after the MIUI 12 update, you will get this kind of video toolbox option, which I did a separate video, so try to check that. So as a short form where you can get different 5 styles, as you can see, friends. So this is the normal virginal color. If you compare the virginal color, the Realme X2 Pro is slightly better. But if you select the cinema mode in the Redmi K20 Pro, here the things get very interesting, friends, because if you select the cinema mode, you do get very good saturated colors and very good contrast colors. You will definitely love this Redmi K20 Pro display. This is just a software gimmick which has updated in the MI 12 update, but still it has got very good effects which I am using constantly while watching YouTube videos, or while watching, even while reading the ebook Kindle or Wikipedia. I used to select the black and white mode and I used to read the ebooks. So this is a very good thing in terms of having this kind of option. So overall, in display, the color saturation levels and contrast, I give points to the Redmi K20 Pro. If you want high refresh rate, then you can pick up the Realme X2 Pro without any problem. So only this just a software update which has got and fixed, and which improved a lot in terms of screen quality and saturating colors. So that's why I'm giving points to the Redmi K20 Pro. So next, in terms of the camera. So next, friends, in terms of camera, both phones they do have very good, decent enough of video recording and taking a pics. But as a future proof option, if you ask me, I would prefer the Realme X2 Pro because it has got a quad camera setup. Definitely I am not that macro lens lover, but who knows, maybe in the next couple of months I might be taking shots or macro lens. If my phone doesn't have the macro lens, then I should not regret of buying the phone which doesn't have the camera extra lens. So definitely, if you're that kind of person who doesn't know, or if you're doubtful whether you will use the macro lens in the future, then definitely you can buy the Realme X2 Pro device without any problem. Even the Redmi K20 Pro is pretty good, which has a 4K 60 FPS of recording. Both the phones can record 4K 60 FPS. And in terms of Redmi K20 Pro, I need to speak about the pop-up camera, which is also pretty good deal. With the pop-up camera, you do get full screen experience without any problem. The pop-up camera unlocking and opening is pretty good. Even after 1 year of using, I did not have any issues with the pop-up camera overall in this phone. So this is one good thing about the Redmi K20 Pro, where you can get full screen experience. So definitely, friends. And next, in terms of connectivity. The reason why I included connectivity because of the Realme X2 Pro only. Because in the Realme X2 Pro, you do have this kind of dual Wi-Fi connection, which makes the connectivity very much easily by connecting two Wi-Fi networks together at same time. So which is very good thing in the Realme X2 Pro, and which is not present in the Redmi K20 Pro, unfortunately. But both phones, they do have the Wi-Fi tethering option. So let me show you, friends, here. As you can see, portable hotspot. If you turn on the portable hotspot, you can see the Wi-Fi tethering will be enabled in both the phones. So this is one good thing. And in terms of the 4G speed test connection, let me try to show you the results which are taken in this phone right now, in the Redmi K20 Pro. Even let me try to compare the results side by side in terms of 4G connection, speed test results. So overall, I am pretty happy with the 4G speeds. As you can see in the Redmi K20 Pro, I do have slightly higher 4G network speeds. I'm getting around 317 Mbps, whereas in the Realme X2 Pro, the highest so far I reached about 230 Mbps. So right now I am staying in the Melbourne, Australia. Here the 4G connection is very good and very strong enough. So the Redmi K20 Pro has slightly higher speeds, which can capture the more 4G network. So definitely in terms of connectivity, slightly advantage for the Realme X2 Pro of having dual Wi-Fi connection. Next, build quality and the speakers. So here it depends on the personal opinion. Why? Because the Realme X2 Pro has very good small compact build quality where single LAN usage is easily possible. As you can see friends, which is very good and compact. 6.3 inches for this price is very decent sweet spot, I can say. 6.3 inches, so it's not too big, not too small, which serves the purpose, and you can use single LAN without any problem. Perfect. The build quality I like in the Redmi K20 Pro, which is pretty good and very comfortable to use, and the bezels are very smaller than the Realme X2 Pro's bezels. So let me try to, as you can see here, the bezels look slightly smaller in the Redmi K20 Pro when you compare to the X2 Pro device. So in terms of build quality, the Redmi K20 Pro is a winner, but in terms of the speakers, ultimate winner is a Realme X2 Pro. Definitely friends, it has got stereo speaker setup from the bottom and the top, which makes listening the loudspeaker perfect for the Realme X2 Pro. Overall, in terms of the speakers, Realme X2 Pro is a perfect and best winner. And in terms of the build quality, Redmi K20 Pro, this up to you friends. Definitely, even the Realme X2 Pro is pretty good and no problem at all. But since I just want to give some points, I'm trying to find the advantage and disadvantage between both the phones, and given the points to the Redmi K20 Pro of having single LAN usage and smaller bezels. Next is the extra features. So now let me talk about the extra features first in the Redmi K20 Pro. So I'll be talking a little bit speed because I need to cover plenty of features right now. First is that you do have LED notification light on the top, as you can see here, which is a very good thing when you're charging. When you get notifications, you do get the LED notification light on the top of the pop-up camera, which is not present in the Realme X2 Pro device. So that is another disadvantage. And next is in the Redmi K20 Pro, you can actually record the screen recording at 60 fps, which is not present in the Realme X2 Pro. So this is another one thing you need to know. And next is a software. The MIUI 12 interface is very good and more polished than the Realme UI. So definitely in terms of the software, I'm giving 10 out of 10 points in the MIUI 12 after using for so long time. Definitely friends, I can feel a difference. You can see right now I'm just switching between the applications using the smart bar which is present here, as you can see friends. So which is very good so far, the convenient way MIUI 12 is so far the best in the Redmi K20 Pro. These are the few things which I like personally in the Redmi K20 Pro. So now let me speak about Realme X2 Pro. The Realme X2 Pro has one advantage is that dual mode audio. So one is that you can listen with the earphones connected and Bluetooth earphones connected at same time. So you can enjoy both friends can enjoy listening the songs at same time using this kind of method. So which is also another good thing. And next is that having the black and white mode. So in the display, if you go to iComfort, here you do have the black and white mode. If you enable the black and white mode in every application, you do get this kind of black and white, so which will save a little bit of battery while using the phone. So definitely you can check this feature friends if you are using the Realme phones. So these are the few things which I like in the Realme X2 Pro, having dual Wi-Fi connection and few other things. So just this is a quick comparison between side by side between both of these phones. So now the question is it worth of spending extra money for the Realme X2 Pro, or should I go for the Redmi K20 Pro? So my opinion friends, if you have the money, go for the Realme X2 Pro. Trust me, definitely you won't regret at all Realme X2 Pro, because you got 50 watts charging as a future proof, and a very good big display and very good performance as well. Snapdragon 855 plus processor and extra camera lens. So out of this extra camera lens and charging, these two are making more sense to buy the Realme X2 Pro device. So if you don't bother about the camera, if you don't want the macro lens, then okay. If you don't, if you're okay with the 18 watts charger speed, then definitely no problem. Redmi K20 Pro is the best. And one thing is that the phone actually do supports the 27 watts charging. So 27 watts fast charging is supported in the Redmi K20 Pro. So definitely you don't need to worry. If you don't have that much of budget, then definitely buy the Redmi K20 Pro without any issues, friends. And for more videos, do subscribe to my channel. This is overall comparison between both the phones, which phone to buy and why. Do like and do comment below. See you in the next video. Until then, bye.